Welcome to our 5 on 5. Please welcome back Natalie Weber, the Public Information Officer for ODF Jackson and Josephine County. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Welcome back. So, fire season is over.
It is.
Ended this morning at 12:01. Fire season pretty small comparatively. You got some pretty alarming numbers for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So this year we had about 214 fires and a total of 324 acres burned.
Wow.
Which, doesn't seem like a lot, and it's not, especially when you compare it to our 10-year average. Our 10-year average is about 206 fires and almost 11,000 acres. Okay,
yeah, and last year obviously blew that number out of the water.
Yes.
Wow, the 10-year average is a great idea of comparison.
50,000 acres last year.
Yeah, wow. All right, so how much money do we even know? Is it too soon to ask how much money this fire season cost versus last year's?
So last year, the state total was about $100 million. $60 million of that was here in this district. This year is about $5.5 million here.
Incredible.
Yes.
It's obviously, I'm sure everybody enjoyed it. It was great. And good job by ODF and the many firefighting agencies we have here locally. Do we have an idea why it was? I mean, we all remember the July 15th lightning storm from 18 as just being massive, hundreds of lightning strikes. You guys are able to keep them all so small. Why is that?
Well, this year we really got a good start. In April and May, we had a lot of rain come through, and that really primed our fire season. So the fuels that we had drying out in late June last year really didn't dry out until mid-July to late July this year. And that's when we started seeing fires on the district, like Panther Gulch, East Evans. So there's a direct correlation with that. And then once we got into August and September, we started seeing more rain than normal as well. And so that kind of gave us the early close to fire season that we're seeing.
Okay, and when it comes to the statewide numbers, I mean, obviously the Gorge had a fire a few years ago. Central Oregon's had several large fires. We're all centralized here, of course, but was it statewide the fire season was relatively normal or mild?
I'd definitely say so. I think the largest fire that we had across the state was the Milepost 97 in Douglas County. So that's quite a huge difference from what we saw last year.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. So where do we stand right now with burning rules? Because we obviously, as you know, have a large viewing area. How should people approach wanting to do some burns?
So burning is allowed starting today. What we ask is to just be cognizant of the weather conditions. When it heats up, we can get fires starting to spread quickly. And if people do want to start burning, they should, first of all, contact your local fire department. A lot of them have permits or different rules for the area that you live in specifically. And then the day that you're going to burn, call your county's burn line and make sure that it is a burn day.
Okay, very good. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Much more in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Natalie Weber from the Oregon Department of Forestry here in Jackson and Josephine County. So we're talking about the amazing low numbers comparatively to last year and the 10-year average. Did your agency do anything different this year in fighting these fires? We've
been getting that question a lot. It's a lot of comments on Facebook about that we're really just throwing a lot of resources at it this year. And the reason why that is because they're available. You take a look at last year, there were fires all around the region. And so when we had an incident here locally and we'd go to call on our list of call when needed resources, they'd all be assigned to a different incident. This year, there was really not too much going on. So when we called and we needed something, they were able to be there almost immediately. And that's why you see, we have 5 air tankers on a fire or 6 helicopters because they were just available.
Well, lucky, I guess, is what we were. And so you guys actually kept a large number of these fires, tiny. It seems they were pretty small.
Very small. We actually had 98.6% of our fires, 98.6% of our fires 10 acres or under. So pretty close to almost all of them, which is great. There are a few that did get away just because of the location, the terrain, like Panther Gulch, Gaida. But we were able to contain those fairly quickly, and that's because of the resources that we had.
And we're obviously it's just 24 hours ago it was fire season, so we're not going to get carried away. But what does the agency do now? You guys aren't sending everybody home. You guys are still keeping up your staffing for now in case things pop up?
We do have most of our staffing still. We've scaled back a little bit. We don't have our crews anymore. We also don't have our district resources, but all of our engines are staffed. And really right now when we're making this transition to out of fire season, we start to see a lot of people doing more debris burns. And sometimes those can get away. If you look at the forecast the next couple weeks, it looks like it's going to be sunny and 70 for a little bit. And so that's our main concern, is making sure that if people are burning and they need help, they need someone to come and help them get their pile back in control, will be available to do so. And we see this every year.
Okay, and since it was part one that we talked about that, I guess maybe we should reiterate in case people are just tuning in that they should be calling their county for the burn line as well as their local fire department to find out if they can have a permit to burn.
Absolutely. And look at the weather. You know, if you see that it's going to be warm and there's that potential for the spread, maybe plan it for a different day. Or if you feel like your burn pile is starting to get out of control, just put it out immediately before it gets to that point where you need help.
All right, good to see you.
Good
Thanks
to see
very
you
much.
too.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.